my name is Sue and I am teaching a micro lesson for sixth graders, approximately ages 11 to 12. They are intermediate learners. And I am doing the instructor model portion of my lesson plan. Okay, so the way we're going to be doing this is I'm going to be breaking you randomly into 4 groups. Each of your groups will be given an area of the school to evaluate using the 3 RCs as a guide. The areas are cafeteria, classrooms, interior common areas, and what we're looking at here are the hallways and the front main entrance, and then exterior common areas, the front of the school where you guys like to congregate, and the playground. Your job here is to find out what the school already does to reduce landfill waste, and then come up with at least 3 suggestions for improvement. You're going to present your findings as a group in the form of a 1.5 to 3 minute newscast. You liked that, didn't you? I know you guys liked the newscast we did last time. And you're going to follow the parameters set forth in the rubric, which Emily is now passing out. Okay, so does anyone have any questions right now? Yeah, the whole group will be doing the newscast. Yeah. Okay, so does everybody have the rubric? Okay, so we're going to go over the categories. And as you recall in previous oral presentations, the numbers at the top, 4, 3, 2, 1, mean the number of points that you can get. You obviously want to try to get 4 points. Each one tells you why you would get that many points. So look at 4 points, and that's what you want to try. That's your benchmark, what you want to try to shoot for. So I'm going to go over them to make sure that everyone understands that the work that needs to be done. So point of view, your purpose of the newscast. Newscast establishes a purpose at the beginning and maintains the focus throughout. A cohesive newscast. What does this mean? Right, that you stay on task, that you have the purpose. And what is our purpose for our newscast, guys? Right, reducing landfill waste. So you want to stay on that and talk about that. Don't go off on any tangents. Do you know what tangent means? Right, don't go off on something else. That's right, don't start talking about anything else. Second one is research. Group researched the subject and integrated 3 or more suggestions from their research into their newscast. So you need at least 3 suggestions. What can the school do better to reduce landfill waste? Okay. Eye contact. Students maintain eye contact. Right, so you don't want to just be reading. You don't want to be looking around. You want to be looking at your audience, okay? Speaking clearly. Speaks clearly and distinctly all the time and mispronounces no words. You're laughing. That's right. You're going to have to study tonight and practice speaking out loud your role. Because if you don't and you come in tomorrow and you really don't know what you're going to say, you're not going to pronounce the words correctly. So you do need to practice, and that will also help with the eye contact part. If you practice, you'll already know about what you're going to say, and you might just need to look down. Right. Group work. The group functioned exceptionally well. All members listened to, shared with, and supported the efforts of others. The group, all members, was almost always on task. What does this mean? Right. Everybody does work during this. Staying on task. Yeah, you guys are doing the work and you're not just goofing off or talking about what you're going to do later on after school. That's right. And I'm going to be watching. Yep. And I'm going to make sure I'll know if one person is doing everything. So make sure that everybody has something to do in your group. Group presentation. All the members of the group had a speaking role. This is very important. When you get up to present, everybody needs a role. I know some of you might not like to get up there and present, but you have to. Duration of presentation. The newscast was between 1.5 and 3 minutes and did not seem hurried or too slow. What this means is you're not rushing to get through to it and you're not going slowly so that you can hit the time. In other words, what you're doing between 1.5 and 3 minutes will be perfect. You shouldn't rush through it and you shouldn't try to talk slow just so you can get the time. Okay, does anybody have any questions about any of these? Right, you do need to go and make sure, because I'm going to be walking around and watching your groups, so you need to make sure that you guys are actually in the area you're supposed to be in and that you're writing stuff down. Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, another thing, which is kind of exciting, is I will actually be recording all of your presentations because we're going to present them to the school board next week for further consideration. So that if you guys come up with some really good ideas, the school board's going to be watching these and they might actually put them into use. Cool, huh? Right, yeah. And we'll be able to watch them later if we have time. We can just watch them, or I'll put them up on the school website so that you can see them too. Okay, now, so I did say we were doing a newscast. None of you have asked any questions about that. You guys have done a newscast before. Does anyone have any questions whatsoever about doing a newscast? Right, yeah, it's still up on the board there, the order of what you should include. Yeah. Yes, always start with explaining what your newscast is about. Like, you know, we're talking about reducing landfill waste. So that way your audience knows what you're talking about. Yep, then you just state what you found and what your suggestions are, and then you conclude your newscast. Right, exactly. And these are not super long, and it's actually going to be kind of fun, I think. Okay, so before we break into groups, I am going to show you a recording, a videotape that I made last year of a student doing a similar project, not the same. But last year, what I did was I had the students go into their homes and look at their homes the same way you're going to look at the school to see how they could reduce landfill waste. And so I am going to show you Regina's video here so that you have an idea of what you need to be looking for. Okay, so everybody, yep, just look at the board and we'll watch that. Thank you.